Do I look creepy? Does the lighting make me look like a ghost? I'm sorry I decided to film at night. This was a bad decision. What is up, guys? My name is Chris and welcome to another installment of... Damn it, not again! Welcome to another installment of Room for Improvement. Today we are going to be discussing filler content. This is the 4th episode, and if you have not seen the first 3 episodes, I would highly recommend it. I've linked all of them down below. So what am I doing in these videos? Well, I'm going to be going back to my old writing and laughing my ass off at it. For real though, I picked out 5 of the biggest issues that I found with my old manuscripts, and I'm going to be discussing those problems here, including what I did wrong, what I'm doing to try to fix those problems, and what I still need to work on. And if you have issues with the same things, tell me down below in the comments. We can help each other, support each other, make each other soar. We're going to be going through 2 different stories in this series. The first one is a book that I wrote on Wattpad back in 9th grade. It's called Above Los Angeles, and actually I haven't taken it down yet. So if you want to go read it and see the utter garbage I used to write, you can do that. The second book is a book I wrote in junior year called Mortals, which is unpublished and unfinished. Basically, I was trying to accomplish too much in the book with too many characters and a really tiny outline, and it just didn't work. I ended up dropping the book at 100,000 words instead of pushing through to the end. And that's the one we're going to be going through today. I can try to give you a synopsis of it. I don't know how great it's going to be. It's basically a group of 12 chosen teens, like, living 100 years from now in a future dying world, and they're like trying to destroy another city, and there's like relationships and like all the cities are fighting. And so this book is jam-packed with filler. It was very clear that I did not know what to do with the middle of the novel, so I just started writing like random scenes, random training scenes. I'll show you one of those. For you, Navigator said, it's time to choose a weapon. Okay, Navigator is like this older woman who's kind of mentoring the group and training them. Who knows why I named her that? Great, Evan said, clapping his hands together. This is so exciting. He looked at the others. Death instruments, yay! No. Navigator narrowed her eyes. Don't say things like that. I might have to restrain you. Evan laughed, but Navigator didn't. Good lord. So I have many issues with the section I just showed you. First of all, Evan is very much a supporting character. He doesn't have much book time. The little bit he does is just developing his relationship with Marianne because she dies at the end, and I wanted that to be emotionally traumatic for him. But honestly, no one cares about him. No readers of that book, not that there will ever be any, do not care about him. So this whole part makes no sense, and I only read you a little bit. It goes on and on and on about everything he does in training, and the fact that he chooses ninja stars as his weapon, which just is stupid. It was just very clear that we did not need to know that Evan used ninja stars. No one cared. No one's gonna remember that. We do not care that they're in training right now and that he's like, death instruments, yay, which is a terrible line. None of this is necessary, and yet I put it all in there because I didn't know what to fill the middle of my book with. Passage number 2 gets worse. What are the game grounds? Logan asked, stepping onto the elevator. She was the last one on, and even though there was no need to, she stood really close to Connor and ran her hand through her hair. Nora reached a hand over and tugged Logan away from him. The game grounds are fields where we play our war games, Connor explained. Wow, great explanation. They're really fun. In a way, the games are tests. They help navigators see who the weak ones and the strong ones are. What the hell was I doing here? These games do nothing to the plot. I could read you the entire chapter I dedicated to these games, but I'm not gonna do that. For your own sanity. And mine, of course. I feel like I had just read Divergent, and I really wanted to have those cool, like, war games that they had, so I'm like, I'm gonna create my own, except a lot more stupid and a lot more unnecessary. I had 50 chapters in this novel, at least I planned to have 50 chapters. And so the first 10 were supposed to be kind of the beginning, and then the 30 middle ones were supposed to be the middle, and then the 10 at the end were the end. But I didn't know what to do with the middle, which means 30 out of 50 chapters were stupid training montages, basically, and the forming of relationships. Logan and Connor, that relationship does not happen until the 3rd book as I planned it, so why was I even insinuating that it might happen this early in the... I don't know. Like, Connor's already dating someone. It doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. Quick side note, I just have this sentence in bright red in the middle of my manuscript. I would put things in bright red when I really needed to go fix them, so like it makes sense, but I love what this line is, and I put this one, not just in red, but in all capital letters. This knife should come back at the end to kill Marianne. Wow, that's not dark at all. I was planning this sweet little character's death down to the knife used. Good lord, I am evil. But you think training was bad? No. We also have waking up montages. Get ready, kids. Nora was lying on her bed, reading intently. At least this one's from the perspective of Nora, because, you know, she is the main character. Her copy of The History of the World, it's a book, sat on her pillow in front of her, and she turned the pages unceremoniously as she waited. Also, what is up with these adverbs? These are all over the place. Her attention was not on the pages and pages about warfare, however, but on the room next door. She was waiting for Zori to wake up. Why? Brittany had already done so. Nora had listened as Brittany's long and commanding strides had made their way down the hallway to the bathroom, and then back, and then to the bathroom again. Okay, in all honesty, Nora had peeked out of her door in the first place to find out that it was Brittany with the long strides. She only liked to think that her instincts were so good that she could memorize people's strides. Oh yeah, we really care about this. Beep, beep. Oh, alarm clock alert. Nora's head popped out of her book. Luckily, her instincts were still good enough to hear the low beeping of the alarm clock next door. Zori's alarm clock. Why do we care? Why do we care when Zori wakes up? I'm just wondering. She listened intently as a hand hit the clock and the covers rustled and the bed creaked and the door opened. Zori's quick footsteps made their way down the hall and into the bathroom. Please don't leave. I'm sorry I'm boring you to death, but that put me to sleep too. But we are not here just to hate, okay? Let's talk about what I could have done at the time to fix this filler. First of all, I should have outlined more. My original outline for this book had only 1 or 2 sentences per chapter of what I planned to do, so you can imagine that when I got to some of these chapters, I just had no clue where to go with them. Now, I know that some people might be upset because a lot of people are pantsers, and I get that. You know, that is definitely a method that a lot of people write really well with. However, if you're a pantser or a loose plotter and you're having issues with filler content, it might be because you're not plotting enough. And if you would like to, once again, I'm not forcing anything on you, but if you'd like to, definitely try making a really solid outline for almost every conversation. Last year, I wrote a book in 2 months. I made a video about it, and I also made a video about my outlining process for that book. And let me tell you, that outline was amazing. It was such a weight lifted off my shoulders to be able to start a chapter and know exactly where it was going. So if you're having troubles with filler content, again, maybe try making a more solid outline. Second of all, I realized that I needed to stick to the central plot, which is a really key detail. I kept going on tangents in my book, and it's hard to describe this, but it's like my main plot would be in chapter 1 and 2 and 5 and 10 and 11 and 12. It was like that. It was very scattered. So sometimes I would focus on plot, sometimes I would focus on subplot. And I figured out that that doesn't work, at least for me. I really need at least every chapter to have something to do with the plot. Because when I focused an entire chapter on just a relationship between 2 people, nothing progressed within the story, and it turned kind of boring. So yeah, if you're having issues with filler, just remember that every chapter should have something to do with the main plot. And that is it for today. Like, comment, subscribe, and submit to Reviewing Your Stories Volume 2 if you have not already. It is in the description below. And tune in next week for the final episode of Room for Improvement, where I'm going to be talking about strong female characters, aka stubborn female characters, aka stupid female characters. Women are dumb! And until next time, may the gods of plot be ever on your side. My name is Chris, and welcome back to... Damn it, not again! Oh, what else? So what am I doing in these videos? Well, I'm going to be going through my old writing and lassing. What? She only liked to think that her instincts were... Oh, I'm filming. Okay, good. I thought I wasn't for a second.